Hello, welcome back. So I'm guessing we all watched the Super Bowl halftime show, and what a performance from Usher. Unbelievable, great performance, and congratulations to the band involved as well. And obviously it takes a lot to pull off a halftime show to remember. As always, there's always some sort of weird stench after the Super Bowl in regards to the performances or the actual guest stars themselves. I actually know nothing about American football, but the good thing is I know a little bit about music, so... Yeah, in terms of American football, I know pretty much zero. I knew enough to enjoy the game, but pretty much I know nothing. But I am a professional musician. I did see a lot of videos giving Alicia Keys flack. Obviously there's been an edited video afterwards to fix her vocal, which if it's going to be in ether forever, I'd want my vocal fixed personally.
Some people want it all, but I don't. Some people want it all, but I don't.
But I mean, Alicia Keys over the years, that's sort of part of her voice. You know, she's got that authentic feel to her voice. So I mean, it was no surprise to me to hear, you know, some bits here and there. Nothing's going to be perfect, and she still sounded amazing, and she performed amazingly as well. Wasn't a problem for me. But the big one I've noticed over the last couple of days has been H.E.R. She is incredibly talented, but she's been under fire for potentially or maybe miming her guitar solo. Bearing in mind, this is an artist that has had multiple Fender deals with them. She's got multiple signature Fender models. In fact, she's the first ever female black artist to have her own Fender signature model. She is very simply an incredible musician. And when I say incredible, I'm not overstating that. Anyway, let's have a look at the footage. We'll watch what I'm talking about. We'll come back and I'll have a recap. Okay, so my reaction is, I couldn't give a f***. Like, if you know her enough, which you should by the way, you can tell that it's her playing. Whether she's playing live or not is another thing. When people are mentioning that she's miming her performance, pretty much that might be exactly it. She's miming her own performance. With things like the Super Bowl, obviously, if you can imagine, you've got, I don't know how many guest stars he had, maybe 4, 5, 6. Some people have larger parts, some have small parts, and you've got to think of the crew then that have to put this together. And bearing in mind, in a Super Bowl, they have to get on the field, set up, off the pitch then, essentially. They have to get straight off afterwards. They do a 15-minute performance in the middle, so there's not much room for error. Not that they thought that she was going to play the guitar incorrectly, but if you think they've got to get, I don't know, a modeler set up for like a Helix or a Kemper or something like that. They've got to get that in there. They've got to get a wireless pack sorted. The wireless pack might interfere with 1,000 other packs that they've got going on. She was in it for maybe a minute of the 15. Maybe she was asked if she would feel more comfortable miming it. I've seen live performances of her absolutely shredding, so I don't think that would be the case. She is amazing. But it's definitely her playing. If you know her and you know her playing, then you know that that was her actually playing, if that makes sense. She probably pre-recorded it and played it afterwards. I've seen a few hate videos, and I'll play them now, and some comments about it. The one video, I'm just like, you're looking at her fingers and you can't see that she's playing it, or he doesn't understand that she's doing it. I mean, as a guitarist, if you look at it, if you were to play exactly what she's playing anyway, it is the solo. Obviously, it's just not maybe the right motion or whatever. I don't know. It was fine for me. I didn't care. If you really want to see how good she is, watch the Elton John tribute. She jumps from instrument to instrument. She's singing. She just is the real deal. Well, I think she's a 26-year-old artist coming into the scene, essentially. She's been around for years, but I mean, now she's got this massive opportunity to play at the Super Bowl with Asha Baby. She's not going to turn that down at all. I mean, she's actually technically played on it, so it's amazing. And it's a performance. The Super Bowl is a performance now. It's not so much about everything else. The pit band are always amazing. I don't think Adam Blackstone did it this year. Saw that he mentioned another MD. So yeah, maybe it was somebody else, but it was congratulations to the band. It sounded amazing. But it is a performance. Usher's mic was on. His dancing was amazing. And the only thing that we can sort of gravitate to is that H.E.R was potentially miming a solo that was for 30 seconds. Sometimes the guitar community can really stink. And like I feel like it's going away a little bit now, but yeah, I mean it's all sort of older heads. Why can't we just celebrate these artists? I feel like there's just such a weird vibe around this whole situation, and I kind of knew it was going to happen as well. I kind of saw, I was watching the Super Bowl and I was like, I don't know, maybe something's not right there, but I didn't care. I kind of knew. If you've been part of any sort of large performance before, you know sometimes things just happen for logistical reasons. It's not to save anyone's ass or anything like that. They're safeguarding the performance because they need the performance to be perfect for everybody else. I watched a little, I think it might have been Vogue or GQ, video of them making the garments for Usher and all the details that went into making the Super Bowl happen essentially. And you see little things like all of his clothes. In the performance, it looks like it just drops off him, but that's obviously not the case. This t-shirt, for instance, would have no back, and he would just have like a strap around, and he would just go, and it would just come off, and he'd be naked basically. But like all those little details go into this performance because it's in a time frame. They have to get off the pitch. There's an actual game going on, so it's very important that they stick to time. It's very, very naive for people to think that she isn't talented. Yeah, I don't really like seeing, you know, a great artist being thrown through the mud, even if it is by the keyboard warriors of the underbelly of the internet. Yeah, my conclusion is she miming? Probably. Do I care? No. Does she care? Definitely not. Did the audience really care? No, absolutely not. They probably wouldn't even have noticed, and let's be honest, the audience are the ones you're serving. You're either serving the song, if you're playing completely live or in a recording session, or you're serving the audience. So as long as they're enjoying, that's what matters, especially in a performance situation. Does this negatively impact my life? No. Does it impact anybody's lives? No. But aside from that, it was an amazing performance all around. The band were absolutely ripping as usual. I'll have to have a look to see who they are. You know, to be thrown back to the noughties and late 90s was great. Who do you think is going to be the next Super Bowl halftime show then? We've had quite a few now, so you know, and a lot of artists are coming through. Usher was, I think, quite a breakthrough one because he's, I don't know, he is a massive global icon, isn't he? But you know, for some people it was like, I don't know. But for me, I was very excited for him. Who do you think could be next? And where does that rank on your Super Bowl performances? As always, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, we'll finally make some movement now. So yeah, if you could, that'd be amazing. And if you've got anything to mention in the comments in regards to the Super Bowl or anything at all, please pop it down below. Take care and all the best.